Tellico Lake is just gorgeous on a fall day, but a pretty waterway can still be polluted below the surface. While you don't see anything floating on top of the water, Tellico has algae blooms at different depths. That's a concern because algae can sometimes release toxins that are harmful to people or any living thing.
There are a lot of different types of algae in the world, and that's one of the things we're interested in, is why do certain environmental conditions lead to certain populations.
Stephen Wilhelm is a microbiologist with UT and studies algae issues on Tellico Lake in Tennessee, the Great Lakes, and around the world.
Okay, what does that thing do?
So this actually collects water at a specific depth.
Every 3 weeks, a UT team collects water samples at 6 locations on Tellico, looking to measure phosphorus or nitrogen runoff from the surrounding land, which may contribute to algae blooms. Then back in their campus lab, researchers analyze samples to determine the species they're dealing with here.
So we're very good at identifying who's there, whether they have the capability to make toxins, or whether they have the genes. And then we work with partners in New York who are very good chemists that are able to tell us whether the toxins are present or not.
This man-made lake was built by TVA in the late 70s. Back then, no one was here. But now some 15,000 people make their home near this waterway. That's a lot of home lawns, golf courses, and agricultural fields.
Algae's everywhere.
Randy Morse is with the environmental group WATER, the Watershed Association of the Tellico Reservoir, and a lakeside resident. Morse and others will tell you they've noticed the lake getting greener over time. WATER is involved in the proactive algal monitoring, trying to prevent the algae from getting worse, protecting recreational users of the lake, and the property values of the homes along the shoreline.
If we have harmful algal blooms, that's going to be a real problem for the people who live on the lake, both health-wise and economically. The motto, if you will, of WATER is to preserve or improve the quality of the water of the lake, actually of the whole watershed.
The UT Institute of Agriculture is also part of this collaborative effort, looking at the environmental factors that lead to the formation of the algae blooms.
They are a result of nutrient enrichment from the nearby landscape, particularly phosphorus and nitrogen. But yes, it's very much a question of looking at where the nutrient sources are, potentially, both from rural and urban areas.
The algal monitoring will continue with plans to also test other portions of the area. Tellico is a place of peace and beauty, and the goal here is to emphasize protection and celebrate clean water. This is Charles Denny reporting.